Welcome to another episode of The Edge Outdoors. As you can see behind me, it's July 12th and we have a freshly tilled food plot. Stay tuned. All right, welcome back. Yes, indeed, we have a freshly tilled food plot, 3 acres in total, just under 3 acres. This was to be soybeans this year, and most of you loyal viewers know I have dealt with quite a bit of flooding, and the reason we haven't had a video in going on 13 days now is we've had flood number 2 on the season. I hope this is it. It is what it is, and it's time to rescue everything. So this is a bigger food plot that we have out away from the timber. That's usually typically corn or soybeans. Soybeans didn't make it. They flooded out. There was some in here, but not enough to really sustain anything. So I come in last week, I sprayed, and it was really muddy, but I still sprayed, killed everything off. Last night I was down here with the disc, got it, the surface broke up, help it dry out just a little bit, and then this morning Laverne come down and tilled, just a light till on top. We are going to rescue this with sorghum. Yes, July 12th I'm going to plant sorghum. I have a 60-day variety. I'm going to show you what I got here, and Biologic doesn't have anything available on their website as far as sorghum goes, so did a little looking online. This is just called Wild Game Food. Sorghum variety WGF, pure seed 98%. This origins out of Texas, Athens Seed Company. A year ago, I planted sorghum fairly early on in the spring and had one really good plot down there of sorghum, and they absolutely stripped it in September. Out here away from the timber and being 3 acres, I feel like we can get a lot better coverage now. I've got enough here to do the full 3 acres, and we'll have us a nice sorghum plot here. After I get done spreading the sorghum, I'm just going to broadcast it. I'm going to disc it in, and then I'm going to come over it lightly with some turnips, winter bulbs from Mossy Oak. Buy one, get one free right now on the website, plantbiologic.com. And I'm going to add that in here too, just for a little bit more forage. And then I've also got another surprise, that the flood was actually a little bit of a blessing for me as far as whitetail food down here. So stay tuned for that. We're going to get busy down here and follow along today. So I've got my spreader hooked up. Nothing fancy, just a little AgriFab spreader. I used this last night. I put down 150 pounds of urea, all told. And this little guy worked pretty good. I had to make a modification to my hitch. Did an extension on that, get it back a little bit of ways. And then if I flip the tailgate down, I can see from my seat into the hopper how much is left as I go. I'm going to experiment a little bit. I've got it set super light right now, just barely open. And we'll see how this goes. My first time using the pull behind spreader for seeding, so we're gonna get rolling on this. I'm gonna start in the middle, I believe, and go as light as possible, as light as I can see seed sprinkling, and to make sure I get good coverage on everything. So that's always a tip. Start out light, because you can always go back over it. You don't want to just end up spreading all your seed in one area and then you're game over. So stay tuned. We're gonna get this put in the ground. slow speed. It looks like it's spreading good. I'm not putting too much down all at once, and kind of learning with me here. As you can see, it's a good red coated, it's got a coating on it for the seed. Pretty happy about that. Excited to be getting something in the ground that, fingers crossed, I hope we don't get flooded, but that could always happen. So it's going real good so far. So, as you can see, sorry about the dusty lens here, but as you can see, we've got it spread all evenly throughout. That went really well. I just kept going in circles, following tire tracks. It was really worked good with the tilled up ground to follow where I had been and where I hadn't. So, really worked good. That 50-pound bag, it might be a little light for this 3 acres, but like I said, it's not a true 3 acres anyway. I'm gonna go ahead, and I don't know if I've showed this on the Edge Outdoors, but I've got a little contraption here from behind the UTV, excuse it running. So I've got a section of drag attached to a disc and a long hitch that you saw with the seed spreader. Big old steel weight on the top of it. And now I'm gonna go ahead and I'm gonna drag all this in, because that sorghum will do really well about 1 inch deep. And I think just by disking, running that drag, we're gonna get that accomplished, get it covered up, seed to soil contact, and exciting stuff, man. I'm happy. It's been so long since I've actually been able to work in the land. It feels like an eternity. So this is good stuff. So hang tight. Like I said, we got a special deal right at the end, and special to me anyway. So maybe some of you viewers will get a kick out of this too. The flood will be a blessing in disguise for me, not the farmer, but the deer actually. So stay tuned. I'm going to get this baby dragged up. Working pretty good. Like I said, I tried it out last night and really cracked the surface on that soil. So we're going to disc this baby in, and hopefully there's enough moisture in there that you get it germinating even without another rain, because I'm not a big fan of rain anyway. But now that I've seeded, I'll become the one that's rooting on the rain cells probably, but that's to be determined. But we're going to fast forward through all this, so I'll skip by I'm not going to make you go through the whole way of disking this up. So I'm going to turn some tunes on and just have fun relaxing down here and driving in circles. So as you can see there, I think it's more like 2.8, but all seeded, dragged, fertilized, disked, nice and flat out here. Just makes me happy to see this. Hopefully this will start germinating right off of just the moisture that we have here. I know I took some moisture out of it by disking and stuff, but this had water sitting on it, and we needed to really break up that lake bed type effect. As you can see, I did a little spraying in the weeds, and I kicked up the whole hornet's nest of mosquitoes here, but otherwise it wasn't too bad. So, the last little touch I'm going to do on the plot today, and then I'm going to show you what I was talking about earlier that I'm super excited about. My last little touch on the plot today, I got buy one get one free on the biologic winter bulbs right now. Perfect for fall seeding. It really doesn't do a whole bunch of area here, but I'm just going to go right down through the middle. I'm just going to kind of go right down through the middle, just the heart of it, and just supplement it even a little bit more. I know we were just a touch light on how much sorghum I put in here, but I think we're going to be all right. It looks like everywhere throughout has a sorghum seed. So, but this will add to it. I kind of want it right in the heart, get them big bulbs. It's only July 12th today, so it'll give that stuff plenty of time to grow. The sorghum could choke it out too. Hard to say, but for buy one get one free, you can't beat it. I'm gonna give it a try. So like I said, plantbiologic.com. Sorry to sound like a salesman there, but all right, I'm gonna broadcast this. I'll spare you that. Y'all have seen me broadcast before, so, and then we'll finish this episode up. All right, we're hot, we're sweaty, buggy, and a couple weeks ago I showed you how bad it was flooded out into the farm fields, and I'm going to turn the camera around right now. So unfortunately for the farmer, he's lost some acres here of the soybeans. As you can see, as it goes out across, not too bad up there, but you can tell everywhere that the water has gotten. Fortunate part for us, and I hate it for the farmer again, but the cool part for me, Delana, the Edge Outdoors, he's gracious enough to let us seed this all in winter bulbs. So just got done with the 3-acre sorghum field that's got some winter bulbs in it now too. Just finished hand seeding that, which I understand now why I fully love the pull behind seeder. Anyway, that's another story. But now we're all of this. All told, I think I bought enough winter bulbs for 5 acres. I believe we're going to be close on that. Either way, that's going to be a lot of food because we've still got 1.5 acres to 2 acres of food plots in the woods. So here's how I'm going to stagger this. I'm actually going to seed, it's only July 12th, like I said earlier. I'm actually going to seed this weekend, what we're just looking at right now. Reason being is I want this for a late season forage, and if we get this in mid-July, that's going to give them bulbs plenty of time to get really huge. They'll still have the greens to feed on, of course, but them bulbs are going to get really big. And then my brassicas that I'm going to plant back in the woods, I'm going to start them about mid-August. Bow season, Delana's youth season, all that good stuff. Early muzzleloader, depending on if Delana's still got her youth tag, will be nice, good, easy, lush green that they'll be attracted to for their browse plot, making their way out here to the destination food. So very exciting. I'm excited just to come down here and work on this ground. I'm going to just disc it. I ran the disc through it just a couple passes real quickly tonight just to try it out. It looks good. It should be real easy to work. The further I get down the field, the water sat on it longer, so I need to give it another day to dry yet. Probably work on this tomorrow afternoon. Again, I'll make a video, but I got halfway down here and then I turned around because it's still pretty wet. It doesn't look like it in this video, but it's still pretty wet towards that bottom end. So anyway, if you would, as always, a little housekeeping here, hit that like, hit that subscribe, and the notification bell so you never miss an episode of The Edge Outdoors. And I appreciate each and every one of you. We've gained quite a few new subscribers lately, which is awesome. Welcome to the channel. And we're going to keep bringing this stuff to you. This channel is all about as it happens, really light editing and just kind of follow along type journal. And we're excited. It's a good time now. I hope the flooding is done. I know better than to probably say that, but it's been this last 12 days. Like last weekend, I was kind of a man without a country as far as couldn't go fishing. Everything was flooded. Couldn't work down here because it was all flooded. So let's just say the garage is very organized. But with all that being said, like I said, hit that like, hit that subscribe, and we will see you all next time on the next episode of The Edge Outdoors. And until then, get outdoors.